not right. But that doesn't stop people from finding it convincing. I've passively wondered, and this isn't anything I've devoted any real time to researching, but I wonder if some people are inclined to put duplicates into Reno decks because it makes them feel smart. In a weird sort of way, it's like that recognition of, well, Reno's not stopping me from playing duplicates, and if I could find a way to play duplicates and not suffer a win rate penalty, that means I'm a deck-building genius. Because I saw something that's not intuitively obvious to everybody. And it makes them feel smarter. I don't know if that's the reason. I don't even know if that's a reason. But it's a plausible-sounding suggestion at the very least. Also, we're back to getting our ass kicked again. Today has been almost nothing but long periods of wins, followed by long periods of losses.
Time to light a fire under this pan.
Today we won a game, lost 5, won 4, lost 3. Do be clumpy like that. Kind of often. Man. Look at this card. Just soak it in for a second. This card has not one, but 2 unholy runes stapled to it. What is up with that? Whatever you want to think about runes, whether you think runes are good ideas or bad ideas. Oops. So what happened here is that Drilly was in his hand. He wanted to reshuffle it with Gear Shift, but his left 2 most cards were Scourge Illusionists. I'm almost positive that's what happened there. I don't think that was an order issue. I think that's what his hand was. Which highlights one of the downsides of the Gear Shift. And then he just drew Drilly again. Oh man, that's gotta suck for him. Because I think this other card is Scourge Illusionist. I'd like to see if that guess is correct. But if it is Scourge Illusionist, he may never play it. Stats in play. Runes limit design space. Very literally, yes. Runes, the purpose is to limit design space. Just like classes limit design space. The entire purpose of making classes is to limit the design space those classes are going to explore. Which, in some instances, can actually allow you to successfully explore more design space that ends up seeing play. Because in, say, Magic, anyone can put any card that they want into any deck. But usually that doesn't mean we end up with more diversity. In terms of playable decks, you end up with less. Because all the Magic decks... Jeez, I can't get these things out of my hand. All the Magic decks start focusing on the same powerful cards. in theory, you can make more Magic decks than Hearthstone decks. There are more Magic cards, and there are more ways of combining those cards. And you usually don't end up with more. Design space has lost all meaning at this point. Because people don't use the word design space to mean something other than I want to sound smart and this is why you should listen to me and delete the thing I don't like. I'm picking this simply because it gets a card out of my hand. Hello, beautiful. Well, we're trying like hell to get cards out of our hand. We're slowly getting there. What's the point of having design space if the devs are too chicken shit to make anything really good? Excellent point. Excellent point. Hypothetical design space doesn't matter. All that matters is the design space you actually explore.
Let the Badlands burn.
Having the ability to explore more design space doesn't matter if you don't explore it. Aren't colors in Magic equivalent to classes? No. Classes have hard restrictions on what cards you can run. Colors don't. Colors are different flavors. But you can combine any card of any color with any other card of any color. Not like in Hearthstone where you can only play rogue cards and neutrals if you're rogue. You can't play druid cards. Much to my chagrin. Okay, where are we at? 8? 8's not quite good enough. However,
Taste steel.
if anything, card design is the strongest aspect of Hearthstone. No, the strongest aspect of Hearthstone is the user interface. If he doesn't get healing, they are dead. How Hearthstone looks, he got healed. How Hearthstone looks and how Hearthstone feels are the best parts of Hearthstone. That is a damn shame.
Taste steel.
Oh, that's fun.
Let the Badlands burn.
Compared to other card games, card design of Hearthstone hasn't been strong for a while. I don't know about that. Some Hearthstone card design is strong, some isn't. Like in Magic the Gathering, I don't know if their card design is necessarily better in some instances, it's just wordier.
Let the Badlands burn.
Here's a minion with one activated ability and one passive ability, and the passive ability is with respect to non-token, non-enchantment artifacts during your attack phase on a Tuesday.
Let the Badlands burn.
Did I die? Doesn't look like it. Suck it, Diamond Velorock. Nice. I would consider the biggest strength of Hearthstone the user interface, how things feel to play. And I would consider Hearthstone's greatest weakness that it's expensive to play. If you could make the game cheaper, that's like the best thing you can do for the game. If I could make this game 10% cheaper, that would probably do so much more for player interest than a competitive scene. No, whatever. That's just gonna kill some stuff, it is what it is. The problem is still card design. They're actively toning down cards to make deck building easier. Maybe I'm weird when I say this, but difficult deck building does not equate to a better game. It's not like deck building in Hearthstone is particularly easy, for starters. It seems easy because you have a million people looking at millions of data points. Well, not a million. You have a lot of people that are looking at millions of data points, feeding you tons of information about what to do. It's not because it's easy to do, it's because other people with experience are telling you how to do it better. And that is by no means a trivial matter. And also, you can see this in action. There's people still putting duplicates in Reno decks. Deck building's apparently kind of difficult. People are still putting Viper in their deck. This person's 13 Legend and still has Viper in their deck. Deck building is difficult. It is what it is. Why Viper? Good question. No idea. Also, Scorpion is not better here. Dicking him for 6 and getting this location active a turn sooner is better here. Because this put 5 extra power in play right now, as Scorpion would have. But now this is active a turn earlier. And I can still play a Scorpion spell next turn. What weapons are they countering? I'm losing my mind. It's Ignis, man. They're countering Ignis. By the way, I was fucking talking about this way before. When there was like some cases, alright, maybe Viper is not like the worst card in this Renathal deck or this Reno deck. I guess you can kind of do it this way. For all the talk that people were having about, well, there's, you know, all these other weapon decks running around. If people still have Viper in their deck, as I was mentioning, there's very little you can do to dissuade people from playing Viper. It doesn't matter if there are no weapons in the meta in any proportion worth countering. People will still play it because they think they're going to counter the one thing, and hey, when I don't do it, it's just got tradable, and that's fine. Because having one less mana to find out what card I actually drew is a fine part of my game plan. You've heard people tell you 3 mana 3/4s are fine, as if that's a card that would go in any Hearthstone deck. They say it. They still say it. I'm gonna keep all this. Usually I wouldn't keep the 2 right cards. But I got the Illusionist, which is good. Bone Spike is good versus Rogue. And I'm trying not to draw a Drilly, because I'm a coward. Well, it is what it is. I did try. I did try. Is Illusionist the best card behind Velarok? Yes. The most powerful thing this deck does is Velarok. The second most powerful thing this deck does is Scourge Illusionist into Drilly. And then you get stats in play, and you get powerful treasure cards. And then the third thing this deck does is be really fun to play, and then the fourth thing this deck does is play Scorpion. Michael Ev wants to blame Blizzard for a bad idea. Maybe he drew Drilly too. They should have given Drilly tradable, because that would reduce my bad feelings. And my bad feelings are the only feelings that matter. This is some sad shit, man. I'm the only person that matters. Unironically, that is how a lot of people just think on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. And not only do they think that way, but they think it's plainly obvious that it's true. Because who could possibly disagree with such a reasonable premise? I'm gonna leave. Because I drew 2 Scourge Illusionists. Oh, I wanted to go check that replay from that rogue before. Hold on.
Stand and fight me.
Alright. Shamble me, please. Clark was going to send a message about thanking me for all the rogue streams and helping him a lot, but didn't send it because it might be weird after a defeat. That's fine. Appreciate the sentiment all the same. Not a big deal. Ocean Belt? Ew. Taking this on the off chance I just play it next turn. Do I drink tea? I'll have some tea, yeah, sure. Tea's fine. Generally, go more of an herbal decaf thing, because I have my cup of coffee in the morning and stick to that. But yeah, I like tea. God. Card from a different age of Hearthstone. Back when removal was weaker. Well. It is what it is. I'm kind of curious. I wanted to go over Rogue's history. Because I wanted to see what decks existed in each meta. That didn't use Shadow Step. So obviously in Nax, it was the same deck because that card didn't help. In GVG, these cards, You played Tinkers, but that was in a deck with Step. The non-Step cards didn't work out. In Blackrock, Mill Rogue was a pile of garbage, but it played Step. In the Grand Tournament, these cards didn't exist. Yeah. He discarded his Reno. It's interesting. Don't miss your 50-50, Reg. You missed your 50-50. You suck. Okay, what else happened? League of Explorers. That was a Shadow Step deck. Unearthed Raptor didn't do anything when it first came out, I don't think. Old Gods. Mostly Step decks, right? Have I ever been rank 1? Yes. I finished a season rank 1 when Garrote was good. That's really good removal for 1 mana. Yeah, this was still all Miracle stuff. There wasn't an Old God deck. Karazhan was garbage. Mean Streets. Jade was a Step deck, I believe. Ungoro. Quest Rogue, Step deck. Frozen Throne. Kingsbane. Wait, no, that wasn't yet. We didn't have Kingsbane yet. Holy fuck. Getting cards out of the hand challenge actually impossible.
You will be crushed beneath the endless tide. Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sand.
Yeah. It's a card out of the hand. Don't think I really want to play that, do I? Probably not. Yeah, Kingsbane wasn't a Step deck. Odd Rogue wasn't a Step deck. I forget what Death Rattle Rogue looked like, even though I made it. This was a Step deck. Yeah. Yeah. Galakrond. That did have steps, right? I forget. I think it did, but I forget. It's been a long time. Ashes. Did the Stealth deck have steps? Don't remember. I would need to go look what that deck looked like. It might not have. Skullomance. The Weapon Rogue wasn't a step deck. God, Skullomance was the greatest expansion of all time. Holy shit. Almost every single one of these cards was good and fun and interesting. Oh boy. This hand is closing off my design space. This was okay, this was nuts, this was fine. These two kind of sucked. This was good, this was fine, this was fine. This did some interesting stuff. This sucked, this was fine, this was good, this was good, this was good. God, Skullomance was really good. Can I leave? It feels like I can probably leave. Hey, whenever, how you doing?
Let the Badlands burn.
This used to be good. I think it was played in step and not step decks. It was in a weapon rogue. Weapon already didn't play steps.
Let the Badlands burn.
Barons. This was definitely a step deck. And the rest, this was a poison deck and the rest of it was shit.
This place is scary.
Stormwind. This was a step deck. Oh well, thank you for joining us. I have to kill the Velarok. I have to kill the Velarok. I see. Very good.
My tiny. Justice.
Really feels like I should be fucking off in a second, but hey. Maybe this does something. Again, Poison Rogue and Alterac was a step deck. Wasn't a step deck, but it was just like the other weapon rogues. The Forsaken Lieutenant Snowfall Graveyard stuff, the Mine Rogue, that was not a step deck. But that didn't appear here, that appeared later.
If three rights make a left.
So in terms of the not step decks for Rogue, you have Odd Rogue, which couldn't play it and probably wouldn't have played it. You have various flavors of Weapon Rogue. Kingsbane, Swine Tusk Shank, Self-Sharpening Sword, whichever variant you'd prefer. You have an occasional Death Rattle deck that didn't play it in very recent years.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sand.
Justice is mine.
Oh, I should have waited a second. I still have another mana.
Let the
My bad.
Badlands burn. Scorch the sand.
Oh, shit. Do I heal myself now? Nah, he still has a taunt. Well, I can rush through the taunt. Do I heal myself or do I save it for him?
Think. Quickly.
We gotta save it. We gotta save it. What am I talking about? That's how I have lethal.
Let the Badlands burn.
Stepping Velarok might not be bad. 5, 6, 7. I need all my mana for this. Wait, no, we can't play it. We win! I thought he had a mana left for a second there. Alright, I suppose actually I could have stepped the Velorock. I did have one more mana. I have no idea how I won that game. I think I blacked out. Because I don't know what happened. You ever play Twitch Roulette where you just like, you host somebody and you hang out in their channel? And then I guess I just left my computer on and hours later you find out what channel they hosted and what channel that person hosted. See where you actually ended up. Hey, we're back to 50-50. Nice. Took a while.
I see you brought guests.
Core set should be changed every 6 months. At least it would bring more changes to the game so as to not get boring. Eh. I don't feel particularly bored because of the core set. I want new expansions to be interesting.
You fold.
I think I'd rather take another 3 than kill that and preserve my 3-2. Yeah. Sure. Don't know if I should have attacked there, but I think I should have. He's rainbow. That's interesting. That was also interesting, but fair enough. That puts stuff in play next turn. I'm into it. Don't even necessarily need to play it, I could save it. Next turn I might just stick up. That'll activate the Velorock. Replace Dr. Boom with Gruul 6 months early to shake up the meta. I totally forgot Dr. Boom was in the core set at some point. Is he still there, or did they change him? They took him out, right? And I'm only saying that because I don't think I've ever randomly generated him. He is there. Oh, okay. The more you know. Snake. Taking the snake on account of it spends my mana all the way and infuses this a little more. Plus it'll kill 2 things instead of 1. Didn't really want to play Putricide and Dehydrate, which would also spend my mana and give me a concoction, because that would kind of fill my hand up and not really leave me set up to do anything on the board. Velorock. Am I trading? I think the answer is a very regrettable yes. Oh, my deck got shuffled. They're not on the bottom anymore. You're funny. That's very funny. That's actually kind of fucking hilarious.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sand.
That one will go face, though. And you go into play.
I need to find a nook.
Cold sharp steel.
Bad positioning. Should have done the left, is what it is. I'm gonna fucking get in there like nobody's business. How have I never seen a doctor? I guess nothing generates 7 drops like that randomly that often, do they? I think the core set is weak because they want us to buy new cards. Generally speaking, yes. That is in fact the answer.
Time has come to dethrone our former.
Cold sharp steel.
They have to strike that balance between giving people core sets that are actually useful, that you can use as a core foundation for building out a collection, especially if you're a newer player or a poorer player. And not making the cards too good to the point that new expansions aren't useful. I haven't excavated. This is really weird.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Sharp steel.
A rat select? That's whatever, it's fine, it's not a big deal. The only real question is if he has Reno. That's like always the only real question. Not even necessarily buy, they just want new cards to see play over older ones. Yes. On that front, we should be in agreement
Ready for another round?
in terms of shared interests.
Our gift of frost shields us. Arcane bolt.
Figured I could at least convert those into some useful concoctions for us. Why are people complaining about Shadow Step? We have shit like Tree and Druid, Sludge Walk, and other bullshit decks that can OTK on turn 6. Couple reasons. Most of which boil down to the people are just whining because Rogue is good right now. And people whine about whatever is popular. Another part is people think they understand more than they do about card design. Or balance, or they think the card is OP when it's not, and they don't want to be talked out of it. A lot of the arguments are just kind of made up bullshit. Three left still. You can get to 3 this turn. Probably should have played this one first. Sure. So this is a... Oh, right. Never will I ever remember that. It's impossible to remember. I played that Shatter Shambler 8 turns ago. And it's going to say 0 because it's discounted from a blue concoction, right? It's fucking impossible to remember. Don't even try. Whatever. You should be dead. Had your statistics and data science exam today. Hardest course in computer science bachelor's. Yeah, I'd believe it. His last 2 cards are life gain. That's very funny.
Time to light a fire under this town.
Oh, he has a Blight Fang and nothing else. Better draw that Reno soon. Unlucky.
Cenarius, guide me to victory.
None can escape my fury.
You can't take this fucking game anymore. Don't know how that I do it. It's my Christ-like patience. This hand is pretty shit, though. Although we're actually positive for the day. Hey, fucking did it. Good job, me. Man, you'd have been infinitely cooler last turn. Snack time.
Justice is
Not cool, bro. Whatever, I suppose it's fine.
All it takes is love, care, and death.
No gems escape
justice is mine.
I'm just gonna hit him in the face. If he trades on my drill, he gives me a treasure. If he doesn't trade on my drilly, I push 3 damage. Eh.
Nobody run from me!
Justice is mine.
Play crab next turn. Get scorpion. Any advice for getting weight for someone who hates eating? Change your attitude towards food. It sounds like you're eating because you want it to be pleasurable instead of eating because there's a purpose. You can't force yourself to eat. What are you trying to do? How much are you trying to eat here? Are you trying to eat way more than you need, or are you trying to eat slightly more than you need to gain weight? Are you trying to do it fast, or are you trying to do it right? This is going to be uncomfortable. It's definitely going to be uncomfortable. You have to push through that discomfort. There's no easy answer here. That's pretty shit.
Justice is mine.
Also, for what it's worth, I had trouble eating food for a while because my stomach had issues. Turns out I had some acid reflux. Changing what I ate helped a lot with that. I'm not sure if you're experiencing stomach pain and nausea and vomiting. Might be something to look into. Ah, shit. Where's my Viper?
Can you feel the gift of the sun?
If only I had Viper now, my problems would be as good as solved.
Time to light a fire under this town.
You have acid reflux, still struggling with consistent sore throat. Did you change your diet? I cut out onions, tomatoes, citrus, mint, alcohol, most caffeine, spicy foods, usually those want to go. Try eating bland foods. Might work. I also take 20 milligrams famotidine morning and evening. Damn, man. Oh, Viper would win this game. Where's my Viper? Because one game in the last 20, my opponent managed to land an Ignis.
Time to light a fire under this town.
Anything left other than baby food I can eat? Yeah, of course. There's a lot of stuff you can eat. Again, depends on what the purpose of your eating is, though. You can eat chicken, beef, fish, pork, eggs, all sorts of vegetables, basically. A vast majority of the fruits, still. You got rice, you got potatoes, you got beans, those are all good. Pussy, yeah. Pussy's not bad.
All exist in harmony.
Yeah, sure looks like they're gonna keep winning this game. And they haven't even played a Reno yet. Just want to point out slow decks face 10 mana Ignis weapons versus other slow decks more often than I will. I appreciate you pointing that out. I appreciate that there is no meta in which Viper cannot be justified.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the wild.
Okie dokie.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the wild.
I don't know, man. I don't think we're gonna get there. Yet for some reason I keep struggling. He played the funny yellow card. After the other funny yellow card. Worth noting, even if I had Vipered that weapon at full durability, we still lose that game. Get rid of everything. What the dopamine head of playing Viper? I've been watching a bunch of Andrew Huberman. I think his content is very, very good. I appreciate his attitude as a person as well. I mentioned that to mention this. As he has made clear a great many times, dopamine is not exactly the molecule of pleasure. It's more the molecule of craving. Of wanting, of desiring. I believe the book he references a lot, written by Anna Lemke, called The Molecule of More. Who's that man I keep mentioning? Andrew Huberman. He's got a series of good videos on YouTube. What he says about the anticipation of reward? Yeah, wanting, desiring, craving. Wanting the reward, desiring the reward. This is more damage. And I like the part where I hit him for more damage. That's a sad story. Is craving a bad thing? No, not a bad thing. It's just, usually when people think about dopamine, they just think pleasure, and it's not really that simple.
Stay alert, my children.
Uh-huh.
Cold, sharp steel.
That reduces his life total in a hurry. Why is pleasure and why is MDMA? I'm not saying dopamine has nothing to do with pleasure, it's just, it's more to it than just dopamine equal feel good. It's associated with craving, it's associated with movement.
Gift of the arcane enlightens us.
You cock tease. You fuck! God damn it. Ugh. If it was deal 6, it was lethal. And that was almost lethal. Velorex still not active? Very true. But I'm about to get a Scorpion, so he's gonna be active. Weren't people calling to nerf this card before? They were, right? Along with the 2-mana nature spell that doubles the next spell you cast. Solar Bloom? Blossom? Or am I fucking... Solar Eclipse. And Lunar Eclipse. Yeah, why was I blanking on those?
Time waits for no one.
Whatever. It'd be real oh man, that'd be so interesting. If we just had this full list of cards people have asked to be nerfed before. that never got nerfed. Just so people could see how long and ridiculous that list is.
Cold, sharp steel.
I don't mean like a couple people, I mean like a lot of people were seriously asking for it. It was a topic of discussion on forums. Design space in general, that's just the abstract totality of the cards and game pieces you could make within Hearthstone. It's a near limitless space of potential cards and potential mechanics and potential keywords and stat lines and mana costs and card text that could exist. Now, some people are very concerned about this near limitless space being somewhat smaller because certain cards exist. In particular, there are some people that think this card is closing off too much of that nearly infinite space. Now, the reason we're making fun of it is because they don't actually care about design space at all. What they care about is they played against a rogue at one point, and they saw Shadow Step when it was good and not when it was bad. And they generated... generated this feeling that the card is more powerful than it is. And then when the stats started telling them, no, your perception is wrong, they tried to switch arguments to something else. No, really, this whole time we meant that we cared about design space, it wasn't about power. Nonsense of the highest degree. Man, I wish I didn't draw you. Ah, well, it is what it is. Take one. Nice. Should I have stepped the Steno? Not because it was good to step Steno, but because it would activate a Jara. Debatable. Dude, I think about any other stupid nerf topics of the past. Oh yeah, Brawl. Brawl's a great example. Brawl went from a card people thought should be nerfed because Odd Warrior was too good, to a card that actually now people think should go away because it's too weak and should be changed for something better. God, why are they so big? They are so big. And this only so big because some fucking nerd wanted to make a Rager joke again. Remember people wondering about Shadow Step being too good years ago? Yeah, because what they're saying is they think the card is OP. That's their complaint almost all of the time. That's their real complaint at the heart of it. They think it's too good. The problem is they can't substantiate the argument. I had to check the mana cost here real fast. They can't substantiate the argument that it's too good. Because the numbers don't agree with them. But they still think it's too good, and they're still frustrated about it. And you can see this in all of their nerf suggestions and comments about it. They complain about it when Rogue is popular, and not when it's not, which means they don't care about the design space limitation. They care about the thing they just saw. They talk about how Shadow Step shouldn't be 0 mana, or it shouldn't reduce the minion's cost, or basically it should require that someone have to spend mana to replay the minion that was stepped, or wait to replay the minion that was stepped in some capacity. Because they have this expectation that when the opponent doesn't have mana left, they're not allowed to play cards. And they couch this in the language of design space, which of course, as always, is bullshit. Some people just stick to the it's OP line. They haven't given up that argument yet. There's a plethora of stuff out there. Ew, this is awful. This is what it is. He's already played the drilly, so we can just kill the 4/4 here. It's fine. Rewind? That can get me another step and further limit his design space. People don't understand that Shadow Step can be an awful card that sits dead in the hand. Yeah, because they don't see it. I don't know how long the steps have been in my hand this game. They haven't really been that good. But people don't see the bad steps. People see the card when it's being good, which is why they generate the opinion that it's OP. Or again, they fall back on some weird prevalence argument along the lines of, so many good rogue decks from the past have used Shadow Step. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, because they were intentionally designing these effects to be good with Step. It's like complaining about warrior decks that used armor. It's nonsense. Even though I'm sure there are people that complain about that. Just like I'm sure people were talking about Jalexander, the Lifebinder, being a legitimate nerf target. I see. Not because it was the card they were seeing right before they were dying and that frustrated them because then they lost. No. It's because you shouldn't have access to that much neutral burst damage. It's not, no, Jalexander is popular because we're in Baron's meta and this sucks. I'm not complaining about it because it's popular. I'm complaining because you shouldn't have neutral burst damage like this. It's ridiculous. It's too much. I'm not complaining because it's a finisher and I hyper fixate on finishers. No. Totally different. Oh, shit! We may... Oh, damn it. I was going to say we might be about to win. Oh, well. Why are most people not smart? Smart's got nothing to do with it. Even smart people fall prey to this all the time. It's not so much an intelligence thing, it's just that when people are reasoning about stuff, what they're trying to do is persuade other people to listen to them. And that's the primary goal instead of just get something right. The goals of persuasion and accuracy are not always in agreement. It's easier to persuade people of things that are true. But that doesn't mean that's always where you want to be aiming your arguments. If it's true that you're just a complete loser and don't know what you're talking about, it probably doesn't do you much favors if a lot of other people believe this very accurate thing about you. You know? Can I sketch out this deck's general game plan? Yeah, sure. In the mulligan, you want to keep Shatter Shambler, Scourge Illusionist, and Velorok. If you have Velorok, keep an Activator, like Kajmite Creation or Stick Up. And if you have Ghoulish Alchemist and Potion Belt together, you can keep them, but don't keep them alone. Beyond that, your general game plan is to pick your dominant foot and jam it on the gas pedal and develop as much pressure as you can, as quickly as you can, to try and kill the opponent while you generate cards.
Let the Badlands burn.
Also, Velorok's really broken, so play that card. Okay, we died. Now that you think about it, you have another one. People complaining about Stone Tusk Boar during the test subject deck. You know what's really interesting, though? Void Callers,
Remember my blade.
I don't know if it was in Standard or it is in Standard. Again, I haven't seen it in a while. How come we didn't hear all sorts of complaints about how much Void Caller limits design space because now you can't make large demons? I mean, you could make the argument that it opens design space because people ain't fucking paying real mana for large demons. And then you can successfully design large demons that go into play. Just worth noting that's a possible argument. Another thing to note about this card, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. If I'm weird, feel free to let me know on it, but I always saw the art on it wrong until I looked closer. I thought this thing over here was a leg, and there was like a second leg hidden back here. Like it was kind of walking forward. But no, that's its body. That's its torso. What else stands out as nerf targets?
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
In GVG, I know Mech Mage was good, so people wanted Goblin Blast Mage nerfed.
No gems escape from drilling 13.
That's interesting.
Hands up like dice.
Complacence
What
weakens.
if I trade there? Then he can't dagger anything. And then maybe next turn I can coin out this and this. We're creative. Thank you for the 3. Appreciate the resub. Good to have you back. Enjoy your blue sub badge. Hope your day's going well. Thanks for joining us again. Alright, I can't coin out shit. Because he had prep Bone Spike Crab, and now my board is dead. Never mind, you went face. That was very good for me. It's extremely good for me. And let's start excavating here. Did I need to coin that? Maybe not. It is what it is.
Monsters beneath me. No gems escape.
I know people were complaining about Unstable Portal. They didn't like that.
I only make hits.
This is ugly.
So
Much lighter.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Whatever. Don't have a good turn, let's take a crappy turn. Crackle sucked for its own unique reasons. Same for Implosion.
Candle much lighter.
Muzzle their magic.
Dr. Boom obviously was a nerf candidate for people for a while.
Candle much lighter.
I'd love to know if Dr. Boom was actually a power outlier or not.
You no take pickaxe.
I have my suspicions that it wasn't.
cold sharp steel. Cold sharp steel.
But I don't know. But that was a card people wanted nerfed a while ago, for sure. Whether it was actually worthy of it, we don't know. We don't have data at the time. Black Rock Mountain. I think people wanted Flame Waker nerfed, but I don't remember. There were calls to nerf Emperor Thaurissan. That's for sure. Obviously the patron stuff, but that's its own separate deal. I think I just want to push the damage. Pushing damage seems smart here. Whatever, I should pay attention to my games. I shouldn't be looking over all this stuff. What card surprised me the most that didn't get a nerf? I don't know. I'd have to think about it more. It's a good question. Risky Skipper? Skipper wasn't an option, maybe. I guess when Elucia didn't get nerfed the entire way through Barons, that was kind of fucking weird. No, it did. Never mind. I went from 2 to 3 mana. It's weird it didn't get nerfed again. Same with Spreading Plague. That's a somewhat separate issue. Now, you shit sack. That's so annoying.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sands. Let the Badlands burn.
Cold, sharp steel.
Well, that's ironic. Whatever.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sands.
Too soon.
2 of these options are lethal. That ain't any of them. And now I don't get the rush off because that attack took too long. 6 damage lifesteal and 6 damage AoE were lethal there.
Muzzle their magic.
That is mega disappointing. If I didn't swing my weapon first, I don't know if that would have made a difference either. Do I keep Velorok? Yes, it's the best card in the deck.
One dose solves any problem. I see.
Oh well. In play. I get sapped, I will be unhappy. I think Illusionist will ever be a good card outside of a drilling meta. Illusionist has already been a good card outside of this particular context. So I suppose the answer is yes. Illusionist got some shit nerfed.
You stink!
That sucks.
Want to hear my playlist?
I felt like he was digging for that with all of his might.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sand.
And the second one found it, which is unfortunate. Okay. That buffs the Velarok while clearing, which is a positive. I just gotta put some damage on it. Nice. And the 1/1s, of course, can soak hypothetical. Never mind, he has the other card that'll answer this. Well, he has the card that will answer this. Oh, I would have appreciated if he would fuck off with that stuff, but he does not. Whatever. It's a damn shame.
I'm not throwing away my shot.
He's got everything.
My blood boils for war.
It is unfortunate. He's got everything and it's not close. Yeah, none of this is costing mana either. It's not good.
Three rights make a left.
Hopefully he's out of stuff now, but probably not. Did he discount a 1-mana Naga? Of course he did. Holy shit, he is the luckiest human being alive. Alright. Move on then.
It's not meant to be.
It's a good thing Sharpshooter has 3 health now. Shut up, idiot. God, shut up. Don't make that comment.
Your soul shall be mine. The scourge will meet their end.
I was just checking out that replay. They kept Miracle Salesman. Why does that not sound like a correct decision? Because to the extent that card is keepable, it's real fucking fringe keepable. From what I'm looking at. They should full mill for Sharpshooter. Yeah, Sharpshooter, Sigil of Time. And by the looks of it, maybe Greedy Partner or Frequency Oscillator, but even then, I mean, not really.
Badlands burn. Scorch. 'Scorch the sand.
It does just go into play. That's awfully convenient.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sand.
That also goes into play.
Is it safe to feed?
You know that I said I quit citrus, but oranges are going hard right now. Yeah, I had reflux. Citrus will get... It's acidic. It'll give you reflux. I like oranges, but I just choose not to eat them because I would rather not have reflux. You want to craft this bad boy, but you guess you can wait till tomorrow to see what cards rogues are going to get. Alright, but bear in mind, when you're making your crafting this decision, it's going to get nerfed. And it's probably going to get nerfed sooner rather than later.
You get the goods, I'll stand watch. You get the goods, I'll stand watch.
Well, that was a very bad time to draw this. That's very unfortunate. That's not the combo variant, is the aggro variant with slightless match rate and bibliomite. Combo variant doesn't play salesman. The most common version does. This one doesn't play salesman, but it doesn't play bibliomite and magistrate either. And even in this deck, the salesman not looking particularly impressive as a mull keep. I did that in the wrong order, huh? I should this be a 6-7? That should be, well, whatever.
This is not what we stood for.
This is pretty shit.
There's simply nothing I can do.
Shiny. My shiny.
Yeah, that's pretty shit. Is shovel worth keeping in the mulligan? Nope. I took the Scourge supplies from him because if he is going to go off here, as he's very likely to do, I want to take away his card draw. Regrettably, he has the other copy, but we'll see.
You here for the tour?
Fuck off! God damn it. It was the top deck draw into the top deck draw into the other copy of more draw. That was a shame. Alright, looks like we lose. It is what it is. They just have all the draw to begin with? Maybe not.
Arcane surge within me. Gifts of the arcane surge within me.
Does he have another fracking? Oh, never mind. It's enough.
It's not meant to be.
Damn it. He didn't really have it there, I don't think. But he also ripped it in 3 times in a row. That was mega unfortunate. Also, I didn't mean to close that.
My power
Yeah, he didn't have it here. It was the Scourge supplies that picked up draw, that picked up draw, that picked up draw. And then he had it. That's an ugly, ugly situation. I was happy with my instinct to take the Scourge supplies for that very reason. Just didn't end up panning out. Isn't Potion Belt version too greedy in this meta? No. Although, admittedly, it helps if you're not too greedy about using your Potion Belts.
We've created a temporal anomaly.
My power is as infinite as the stars.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Alrighty, not a bad looking board. Hey Sonya, how you doing?
We've created a temporal anomaly.
My power is as infinite as the stars.
That's unfortunate. Little turn there again. What do we got? This is an awkward fucking hand is what this is. So I suppose we Bone Spike, Bone Spike, Bone Spike. And Potion Belt. I am going to need cards. Wish I could play that this turn, but we can't. No ghoul. It's been a rough day today. Shit. Not like super rough. We're on game 25. I've lost 3 more than I've won currently. It's not that big of a deal.
My power is as infinite as the stars.
It does feel weird though. Oh boy.
No refunds!
Holy
Good
fuck,
evening,
dude.
Jay.
Stop. That's so expensive. Where are my deadly shots? Oh boy. Always thank you for 32 months. Appreciate the resub. Good to have you back. Everybody's going well. Thanks for joining us. Holy shit. That's not great.
The legacy of the Titan shall never die.
Yeah, I think we lose.
No refunds!
Well, yes, thank you for the 5 gifted. Very generous of you, bud. Hope your day's going well. Thanks for hanging
No
out.
refunds!
Appreciate the support. Stick up for silence. He's got another copy in his hand. Silencing this doesn't really stop anything right now.
No refunds!
And he just drew the other copy of it anyway, so that's out of the question. So not great. Maybe this has
No
a silence.
refunds!
It doesn't. Maybe this has a silence.
No refunds!
It doesn't.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sand.
Maybe this has a silence. Not yet.
Beginning.
Unity. Precision.
Why didn't you stick on one of the automatons? That's weird. That's all very weird. Oh, it doesn't die. That's an interesting little interaction. So there's definitely something different in the way those things are programmed than fucking Krakatoa claws. But the crab claws don't do that, which is really fucking weird. If you have a Krakatoa and you use the ogre location on one of the claws turns into a 6/7. It doesn't turn into a 6/7 and then buff itself up to an 8/7. Hence the weirdness. I think I'd rather have a 3/2 in play than not. You're guaranteed playable, so we'll take that one. I'd rather evolve this, but if it's dead, it doesn't evolve, so, you know. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, it's been a rough day. I think I've drawn Drilly more than I've gotten it from Scourge Illusionist, and I don't think it's close today, but I'm not positive. It is such a hassle. That's also a hassle. He drawn Drilly. Oh my god, it's such a pain. Because now I'm also down another card in my hand. It's like I just lost a mulligan. Looking like we're gonna lose then. But I think it's not worth running a reshuffle for the Drilly draws. No, of course not worth running a reshuffle. Right now, the card in my deck that would be reshuffling it would be a Finley, and I mean the Queen slot. It's not in my hand. Even if I had the Queen, aka Finley, to reshuffle this, I'm pitching away a Velorok and a Scourge Illusionist, which means the odds of getting the Drilly back from the other Scourge Illusionist are suitably low. All in all, not a great maneuver. What am I even doing here? I'm gonna not take the 5. Preserving that 2/3 doesn't fucking matter. Nothing gets preserved. Also, why did my opponent trade a Viper? Holy shit. You cannot convince these people they're wrong. It's impossible. As long as Ignis exists, you cannot convince them to take Viper out of their deck. Whatever. Kills the thing. How did I manage to fit in Viper? By taking out a better card that they should be playing. Also, bad positioning again. God, I'm all thumbs. The tradable clause obfuscates their mind. Some people just want to have a very particular answer in their deck for everything that might happen. It's a disease. Like if you wanted to run a race, these are the type of people that would try and win the race by tying everyone else's shoelaces together. That's just how they mentally operate. They can't fathom the prospect of maybe running the race themselves and having a good time while they do it. They have to stop everyone else from being able to run it. Weird bunch.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Monsters beneath you.
Hello, Vessel. Yoga wants to blame Blizzard for a bad idea. Their upcoming mini set got Therazane in it. I can only assume that that means the theme of this expansion has to be fat acceptance. And I don't think we should be justifying that. Lost the 50-50, that sucks. There's also a dirty rat in their deck. I want you to brace yourself for that one. It's Viper and Rat. So they're just a Reno deck, obviously. But they played 2 Trial by Fires, so they're a dumb Reno deck. I don't see another explanation here. Which, regrettably, we will lose to because I drew Drilly. I need the cards. Currently, this doesn't win the game, so let's dig. Will they nerf Tharazane's fat tits? They'll definitely cover him up. I need a potion belt or an Astalor. That's basically what this is looking like, huh? And even then, I don't think we're particularly... Oh, God, that makes me angry. Exactly how few weapons do there need to be before you just don't do it? Okay. Draw Potion Belt. Or Queen, maybe. Potion Belt, Queen, Astalor. Alright, Astalor.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Acceptable, I suppose. More cards. Not good cards yet, but more of them. Number of weapons needs to be near 0. It's low. It's definitely low. The only weapon that comes to mind that's really potentially worth vipering is in the event somebody does play in Ignis against you and gets a good weapon. That's like all I got.
You're a fan.
Our gift of fire empowers us.
I could still draw one of them potion belts. That'd be nice. Hey, Pajama, how you doing?
Pick me! Pick me!
Wouldn't mind one of them potion belts. Oh, that's a good talk.
Monsters beneath you.
Alright, let's just leave then.
Smart move. I concede.
Hey, Saras, how you doing? If I did go back over my data, I could get that correlation between you drew Drilly and you lost.
You can withstand the fire.
It's here again.
Stand and fight me.
I really wish it would stop being here, but it's here again. This is awful. Oh, well, guess it'll be one of them nights. I'm gonna play that. Not because I have particular aspirations about playing the card. Because I want to get a Jara active.
Blood boils for war.
Invader wants to blame Blizzard for a bad idea. Not giving Drilly tradable to reduce negative feelings.
Caught this one eating party snacks.
Because we need infinite keywords forever. Alright, sure. Well, next turn I will be playing this, we will be activating a Jara, and that's that. And I will take this thoroughly unimpressive turns 1 through 3, and then the unimpressive turn 4 to maybe do something good by 7. Not a great series of outcomes here, though. Yeah, this is a pretty shit outcome, but I have some pretty shit cards. Oh, here we go. That'll answer that. Just kidding. No, it won't. Can I just leave now? I think we're done. I'm just gonna leave. This hand is unplayable. Why swap Finley for Queen? Because Finley sucks. Finley's most common usage is, I sit in the hand and I do nothing. All of it just keeps drifting consistently towards the bottom, which suggests the Finley reshuffle, or the gear shift reshuffle, is just not pulling its weight. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Do we have a counter for how many times this has happened? Because it seems like all of them. Don't play Gear Shift in Finley? Yeah, don't play Gear Shift in Finley. I don't know if Queen is necessarily the card you want to replace with, but it's definitely an option.
Justice.
Whatever. I'll need some cards. This hand sucks. Even if I was playing the Finley this game, approximately 0 of my games I would have been able to reshuffle a drawn Drilly. Because then you're talking about you don't want to keep Finley in your hand, and you don't want to keep Drilly in your hand. But somehow the hope is that
Justice is mine.
exactly when you draw Drilly, you'll also have the Legendary. Which is ambitious in the best of cases. Oops.
Read 'em and weep.
No gems escape from drilling again.
Now Gear Shift would be okay. And yet none of the cards I would have replaced with a Gear Shift would have been in my hand right now anyway. Would have been okay. Wouldn't have been available. Which class did I like the most when I did it for the 1,000 wins? That wasn't Rogue. I didn't really do many classes for 1,000 wins because I already had them by the time that rolled around. And then when I was doing it, I was usually just doing the fastest deck and not necessarily the most winning deck. I can tell you which one I liked the least, and that was Death Knight.
Number one to me.
Death Knight was fucking miserable. That class is boring as shit. Painfully, unbearably boring. Whatever. I have to not be dead when I run for DK. I tried every DK deck. They're all boring. There's not a single fucking interesting DK deck out there. Plague is boring. Blood is boring. Unholy is boring. Frost was the closest thing to interesting, and it was boring. Like, Frost was the best deck in the game, and it was boring to play. Not a great start. Why do you coin that? Is my opponent drunk and gonna win because my deck hates me? Because they missed an attack with the Flint before they stepped it. They coined this, and they have a mana floating right now, which is bizarre. Yeah, I'm gonna lose to him, but it is what it is. Just a bad draw. Scorpion? Alright. Let's see what we got.
Let the Badlands burn.
God, I missed charge damage. Can't wait for the Demon Hunter Rogue and Priest Rogue dual class reveals. Temper expectations, man. Last time we got Risa, we got Deafen, we got Tough Crowd, and we got Plagiarizer. Every single one of them was completely unplayable. And they even buffed Risa from 5 to 4 mana, and it was still unplayable. Yeah, my opponent might be drunk. This does not feel like sober play. Well, that's pretty shit.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sands.
Good luck not dying, mate. We're so dead. At least I have that next turn. And if I'm not dead, we are at least healing for a bunch while I don't take damage, but I would still say it's not looking great. Because he does have to trade here, currently.
Sink, swim, it's all the same.
And now he doesn't have that for the Nelly, which is also good. Get out of hand. Get out of hand. Get out of hand.
Justice is mine.
If I somehow win this, it's going to be amazing. Okay. I can step this for more taunt if I want. I don't think we need to, though.
Let's see, what do I take?
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us. Our gift of frost shields us. Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Looking like we set up a lethal. If I gave him a Gigafin, that's a sad story. What about Pozic? Pozic gets in the way of you drawing your Drilly. Scourge Illusionist into Pozic is not that powerful. Is Breakdance not good in this deck? Not really. Can I explain a bit why? Its most common use is it sits in your hand and does nothing. That's generally why. There are some good breakdance targets, and most of them show up way later than you would like.
Arcane bolt. Our gift of frost.
Alright, that should do. Is the deck with Potion Belt stronger than the deck without it? They are almost identically powerful. By every measure I've seen, technically this deck is in the lead. I'm sure Vicious Syndicate has done some analysis that I'm not 100% privy to. But from what I've been able to check, but they're almost identically powerful, I would say. I tried the one without the concoctions. If it offers the deck a large boost of power, I did not feel it when I was playing it.
My power is as infinite as the stars.
Just go ahead and bump that, so if he doesn't heal it, it dies. Wait, when did I coin this? Because I'm dumb? Yeah, I'm thinking about other shit now. Getting distracted again, not paying attention to the plays. Oh well, it'll work out. Sure.
Cold sharp.
Bump that again, same reason as before.
Cold sharp steel.
Kajamite in the next core set be nice. Well, Kajamite's in Titans. So I wouldn't worry about it. Right? It's a Titans card.
Light sings, and the impure
I could step this. I don't think I'm that interested in stepping it, though. I'm going to step Velarok, and that'll be fine. Something I noticed earlier is how bad the animation on golden cards are nowadays. Yeah, there are... Some of the new golden animations are not particularly good. As for what happened, it's hard to say. A lot of it is an over-reliance on this bounce effect. Some of it could just be that they're making more cards and spend less time on the animations.
Let the Badlands burn, scorch the sand.
That's not great.
Let the Badlands burn, scorch the sand.
Alright, whatever. Just noticed they like doing that up and down animation on golden cards and new heroes released too. It's weird. Yep. What I think it is, if I was guessing, it's supposed to be attention grabbing.
We've created a temporal anomaly.
And people are supposed to see it, and it's supposed to capture their attention, and they're supposed to think to themselves, oh my god, it's moving! It's such good animation, I want to get that. It's like sugar. Very sweet up front, tickles your taste buds, but you probably don't want to eat spoonfuls of it. Yeah, it's looking like we're going to die here. God, we are getting fucked today. Like, mega fucked today. Holy shit. Hey, Crepable. Bouncing. Surprisingly not bouncing. Astalor's not bouncing, which is a positive.
Cold sharp steel.
Still in trouble. How is the bounce effect more attention grabbing than literally more art and cool effects? It's easier to do, I'm betting. And if you're animating more cards and you're animating more tokens per year and you're animating more hero portraits than ever before and you're working on diamond cards and 3D portraits, and all this shit is just eating into the amount of artists they have because they probably didn't hire that many more of them to keep up with this and give every piece the attention it deserves, because why would you do that? And also you're releasing Caverns of Time stuff and you want to animate this, and you got your signature stuff that you gotta take care of. You end up in a world like Titans, where they basically just applied a default yellow golden aura to all of the token cards. They put the effect on all the token cards and didn't animate them at all because their animators were busy working on Caverns of Time things, I'm pretty sure. If I were guessing, that's probably the explanation.
The scourge will meet their end.
They don't have enough of a workforce that's probably being overworked as it is, and they're cutting corners where they can. And last time I heard someone who used to work for Blizzard talking about this kind of stuff, he did mention the words overworked in rather non-vague terms. He was very specific about it. So that's probably what's going on. I don't think of a different explanation that comes to mind readily. Like an artistic one.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sand.
The Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
Taste steel.
I don't think anyone in any artistic capacity said, no, really, the tokens from Titans would look way better if we didn't animate any of them golden and just applied the same yellow golden glow to every single piece. That doesn't seem plausible. Which, by the way, is another reason to dislike all the diamond shit. All the 3D portraits.
We all exist in harmony.
Because they are actively, it seems, taking time away from people who could otherwise be putting work into other things. I think that'll kill him. Yeah. Did you know that if you shuffle a Colossal from Ajara into your deck, when you draw it, it has the full cost? Yes. Here we go.
To understand how rough the working conditions were at Blizzard, we worked overtime a ton. The pay was not very good. It was a bad time. So I went to Amazon Game Studio, which is about 4 minutes away from Blizzard in Irvine. And in my first month, I went to my boss and I said, hey, I don't feel like I'm doing very good work. I feel like I'm not achieving anything. It's starting to weigh on me because I don't feel like I'm getting very much done. And he said, take the rest of the day off. This was a Thursday. He said, take the rest of the day off, take tomorrow off, take a 4-day weekend. I'm not taking it out of your PTO. I understand what you're feeling right now, because he was from Blizzard, and he said, we were overworked there. This is a normal job. This is the normal amount of hours you work every day. And what you're feeling right now is the fact that you don't know how to deal with that. You were overworked for so long that moving at a normal pace feels like you're standing still. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And I took the 4 days, and I came back, and he was totally right. He was one of the best bosses I ever had, man.
Yeah. That doesn't seem very ambiguous.
Muzzle their magic.
So I would imagine then the process goes, the timeline goes like this. they start releasing more stuff. They don't hire on the necessary artistic
No
team.
refunds.
Artistic team has to cut
Hey, guys.
corners. And they keep making more cosmetics, more new types of cosmetics that require more input. Razor, thank you for 23. Appreciate the reset. Good to have you back. Hope your day's going well. Thanks for joining us.
Monsters beneath you.
Alrighty. Doing our best to be chillin' here. Don't know how good of a job we're doing. Because they do have all the pressure. And they have the good card. So that's not great. Yeah, they got all the good.
Let the Badlands burn.
I could try to kill this. I don't know how good of a job we can do.
Quickly.
He's trading. That's interesting. Alright, we got it. Do it this way in case I can activate my Velarok.
Shiny. My shiny.
Next turn's Pride of Scorpion, then. That does activate the Tainted Remnant. It is an elemental. It's not nothing. Plus, I get a playable spell, probably. Hell, I could play this and next turn play that and step it, and we got 14 damage. That is not too shabby. That's an Astalor. Then again, I can also just step Velarok. I miss 4 damage, but I get an extra card that costs 3 less. That should have been in play way earlier. I guess let's check the Velarok first. Sure. Oh, and I still have a step left over. We'll take it.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the
Order's a little scuffed here, but it's fine. That goes into play. Other cards didn't go into play. Come on. Give me this much-needed W. I've got my ass kicked all night. I'm net down 5 games. That does not feel good. Hey Douglas, how you doing? That's fine, that's a brick. He does not need more cards.
I concede.
Hear that song on the wind, dearie? Stand and fight me!
Maybe active before turn a million? Nice. Active on 4, maybe. Maybe 3 with a prep. Or a pounce, but it's unlikely. This Hazelbark model is literally a big dildo. Well, you know. Now that you mention it, I can see where you're coming from. Sure. That's a 3 next turn. Put stats in play, gets me a weapon to start bopping them. Probably better than spending 1 mana to discover a weapon than another mana to play that weapon. Even if it does let me weave in a putricide, as it were. This is just more damage. And versus Druid, I'm all about the damage. So interesting that Muster for Battle's been in the core set, and we never really did much with the dudes. It's a shame because this is such a cool card, but maybe it was more of a Hearthstone early years card when several bodies in play was kind of a hassle to deal with. Well, that's more stats in play. Oh. Yeah, whatever.
You get the goods.
I guess I shouldn't have stepped this, but it is what it is. Quartermaster could be game-winning if you didn't clear the dudes. Yeah, it used to be the case. But that's not a Hearthstone play in current year. It's not even close. It fights with Boogie down for 3 mana? Sure, but that's not the reason. It's not like you have to choose between playing Muster or Boogie down, and that's why you play Boogie and not Muster. But the larger thing is just the dude synergy's not really there. Oh, nice. I just gotta find 2 damage. That is not 2 damage.
Let the Badlands burn. Scorch the sand.
That is also not 2 damage. Well, actually, it could be. It's not 2 damage.
I am not blind to your cries.
Well,
Down!
at least it can find 6 now.
Someone's coming. Someone's coming. Someone's coming.
Can't hold all these.
That should probably kill him no matter what he does. That beats a Reno.
Stay alert, my children. Stay alert.
It's not gonna be enough to stop this. Yeah, that's just done on board, right? Wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. Don't do that.
Someone's coming.
Am I too stupid to count this? This is very slightly off because of board space issues.
Someone's coming.
If I play crab, I lose 1 damage.
Someone's coming. Someone's coming.
Alright, yeah, no, if I... Fuck. Whatever, it's fine. Damn. God, I can't count. I am just too stupid for it. Well, in that case, I should still do this. In my head, I was thinking if I trade the 1-1, I lose damage. And I was looking at 12, and my brain just wasn't operating because it's late and I'm hungry and I've been losing. Probably not a great time to keep playing because I'll also keep losing, but we're gonna muscle through this until my head works. That's an interesting attack. Oh, Jesus. Oh, whatever. It's fine. That's fine. Because I wasn't counting this either. I was just looking for a deadly shot because I knew that was simpler. And then I decided to still not count this and just play the Syndragos, and it turned out to be enough. But damn. Holy fuck, my brain.
The scourge will meet their end.
Toss it all. Let's keep our heads screwed on and draw a drilly. Alright. Doesn't matter if we're counting. I really don't want to play this and kill my 4-3 for a 1-3. That sounds like bad math. That's good at least. Nice and cheap. Okay, good news. He drew it too. So it's not all bad. And I suppose that means in this case I'll do that. Not that I relish killing the drilly, but I don't have to play it right now. And if it does die and this is in play, I do still get another concoction, so it's not all bad. And then we're getting cards out of the hand. It's not great, but it is what it is. Doesn't play anything. Interesting. Yeah, more stats. If he's got AoE, he's got AoE. Drilly Shove tradable. I mean, for what it's worth, it doesn't matter very much. Drilly's going to be around another year. Scourge Illusionist is gone in a couple of months. Which also highlights how not good. Alright, that's fine. Drilly may be about to become. Because if you have to play Drilly after drawing it, it's gonna really suck, and there's only one copy and not 3. Excavating is gonna be kind of fucking difficult in Rogue. Not unless, of course, they fix it and add something else, but you know. No guarantee of that.
Muzzle their magic.
All right. Stuff in play. Like, Rogue's not going to want to play Burrow Buster. That doesn't seem like a reasonable thing to suggest. After rotation. Burrow Buster sucks. As far as Rogue is concerned, it's mega slow. If we're reduced to that, to excavate enough, I have trouble seeing the deck in a more competitive light. Yeah, you didn't need to go face. That would, I mean, it doesn't matter. You didn't need to go face first, is what I meant. Not that it matters. Do this so I heal the maximum amount. Nice. Very nice. Surely we'll get a good package after concoctions rotate. Yeah, they did very well for the past 3 expansions. They completely fumbled Festival of Legends. They made nothing very appealing in Titans. And here,
There's simply nothing.
they eventually made Excavate work by sort of buffing the reward and breaking Velorok. It's close. Alright, Scorpion.
Taste steel. Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Do I want to step a
Our
Scorpion?
gift of the arcane
Not really.
enlightens us.
So I probably should have played that first in case of this.
I already attacked.
Yeah.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
The jar will be active in a minute. And otherwise we can still just kind of jam out all the rest of our Astalors. We got 1,000,000 mana to spend. They're desperate. That's a good sign. Because right now we might just kill them. I think, anyway. I can't see their life total. I'm assuming it's less than 18. Or 17, rather. It's exactly 17. Right. That's lethal.
Taste steel.
Let me play instruments. I do. Guitar. Haven't played in a while, but I can play.
None can escape.
Have they made any other demons in Standard since? Toss it all. For Warlock, obviously. Opera Soloist, obviously. Like, no, these are never going to work. Alright, so not from Festival. Let me check all of Standard. What do we got? Yeah, that is an interesting use of design space. I have a turn 3 Ajar in this hand. It's pretty poppin'. The 2020. The 2020 is not a demon. This is... I guess you can pull Waste Remover, technically. You can spend 6 mana on Dirge of Despair, and if it kills something, you get a Waste Remover if it's in your deck. Zepho wants to blame Blizzard for a bad idea. When I was talking earlier about this whole archetypes they never fleshed out thing, this is kind of what I meant. They got support for this stuff that could make new decks. And then it doesn't work and they're kind of like, oh, what are you going to do? Next expansion. What do you mean we're not done animating the golden cards yet? Just slap a golden filter on them, it'll be fine. Maybe some cards are just filler for Wild. Yeah, maybe some cards are just made without a real idea behind why they're making them. I don't know. Like, Vengeful Visage. The Mage Secret. I can't think of a single reason to make that secret unless your goal is to fuck up generation pools in some capacity.
My power is as infinite as the stars. My power is as infinite as the stars.
Mm-hmm. Are we struggling a whole lot to be dead? Because it looks like that's what we're doing.
Water. Sweet, beautiful water.
Uh-huh. Tell me more. What do you think about Battlegrounds right now? I haven't played it in a little bit, but Battlegrounds is fun. Last I've played it. Probably fine. I don't know if there's anything different right now.
The legacy of the Titan shall never die.
That's fine, but you're dead, though.
It is finished. You win.
It is finished. Are we evening this back out? Oh, damn!
We battle endlessly.
Oh, nice.
None can escape my fury.
It's almost like it's random. Over short spans of time, yeah. Randomness can play a pretty large role. That's why if Pocket Train or Meteor, whoever wants to finish rank 1, they don't have to play like 20 games and they're permanently stuck on rank 1. They gotta play hundreds or sometimes even thousands of games. And that's why the grind was so bad for their mental health. At least as far as Pocket was describing it. Because there's all that stress of having to get these ladder finishes under very variable conditions, which requires a lot of games to be played at peak stress. Not good. Draw a Shatter Shambler. Well, that could be plagiarized, but that's not going to stop me from making this play. Because it also might not be plagiarized. Nice. He drew it. I didn't yet. Feels good, man. Nice. I didn't draw it. Even if it's my next card, we're totally fine. Alright. At first I was thinking we have a lot of mana to spend, which we do. But I don't need 2 deadly shots against no board. I just need to keep my board lead, which should be easy enough. Alright. As a Scorpion for next turn. In the meantime, looks like I get to push quite a bit. They're thinking. They're struggling. They're touching. Not playing anything. Okay. That's fine. I'll save the concoction. Better used on the Scorpion. This spends my mana, gets a card out of my hand. All good. And now we have Scorpion coming up too, which is why I was hesitant to pick this card draw. But it's fine. Okie dokie. Just burn his spell. Would this kill me or win me the game? I can't tell. At this point, it might kill me. Maybe after I push a little more damage, like next turn, something lives, we push into his head, and then I do it? I don't know. Okay. Alright, fuck it. Let's see how it goes. Oh. Alright. I don't know. We're getting them. Damn it. Alright, we lost. It is what it is. That was disturbing. And totally the fault of Curse of Flesh. Because that gave him 6 extra mana this turn. Test for Counterspell first.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Justice is mine.
Okay, whatever. Can't believe the sack gave me back a non-golden crab.
No idea what I'm capable of.
The hell does this even do? Not very much. That's a counter spell. That is a counter spell. Just gotta remember that part. Another interesting point to make about this game is that Tess is gonna function like Shadow Step. You're pretty much never gonna see the bad Tesses. When you're playing against people that are playing Tess in their deck, it might seem like Tess is better than it actually is for that reason. Probably... That is a slight bummer. Definitely a slight bummer.
Our gift of frost saves us.
Justice is mine.
Currently they are 3 damage off killing me. Counting dagger. I don't think their deck really contains damage if it's not Astal or not Valorok, never mind. Could be Valorok if they have an activator for that. And mana left over for dagger. He's playing Gear Shift and Finley, goodness. Okay. So we gotta remember counter spell. And remember Counterspell? We did. Looking good. Looking like we may recover from that Curse of Flesh. Agony of whatever the fuck it's called. That thing sucks. Nice. Alright, that's it. I gotta make some dinner. Did we end up 50-50 for the day? Now, we did! Exactly 50-50 for the day. Oh.